Well, hello there, people with internet, and hello again. I am TheMBmulti, and welcome to my Doom 2 Interception UV Max Let's Play series. In this episode, Map 30, Interception. Alright, so here we are, level 30, the final level of Interception, which is appropriately named Interception as well. We have no enemies, which means it's an Icon of Sin battle. And we have one secret, but it's very easy because we just walk straight through. And then we get it. Alright, so the gimmick of this Icon of Sin battle is that there are like technically multiple Icon of Sins. What is one Icon of Sin, but multiple spawn locations. Normally... Oh, great, an arch trial. That's not really what we want. Normally the Icon of Sin shoots one cube at a time, but this Icon of Sin shoots multiple cubes at a time. So in no time this entire room will be flooded with demons. But hopefully we can take him out in one cycle. Archville shot me, but I got the hit anyway. Right, and then... Where the hell? Oh, there you are. We reset the lifts. And then... Boom. There we go. I even beat it in part-time. Nice. Alright, so that is the final level of Interception. It may have looked extremely easy, but I spent a lot of time fucking figuring out where the perfect location is to shoot the rockets to hit the Icon of Sin in the face. With because you know the lift is moving up, so you need to shoot before you actually are at the same height as the brain. Because it takes a little while between when you click and then when the rocket is actually released from your rocket launcher. So in that you need to anticipate where you'll be in that next time, essentially, you know? So you can't shoot right when you are, or can't click when you are at the correct height, because then it'll take a second for the rocket to actually be released, and by that time you'll be at the incorrect height, and then the rocket will hit above the Icon of Sin's brain hole. So you know you need to figure out where the appropriate place to hit it is. And I found it after some trial and error, and which is extremely annoying in this level because there's so many cubes that spawn. In no time the demons are gonna block you from there, because normally what you want to do if you drop down, if you miss the first shot or whatever, if you miss, then you drop down from the lift and forwards in front of the lift, and then as you drop down you shoot another rocket and hope that you can hit the Icon of Sin that way. And if you time that well, then you can just kill it in one cycle of the lift, which is what I did in my final Doom Plutonia Experiment video. If you watch the playthrough I did of map 30 there, I actually got the Icon of Sin in one cycle. I only used the lift once, and I shot one rocket while the lift was coming up, and then I shot another rocket when I jumped down, and both of them hit, and then the Icon of Sin just died. And by the way, the reason why the Icon of Sin dies in 2 hits instead of 3, because if you know Doom 2, the Icon of Sin then usually dies in 2 hits, in 3 hits rather than 2. It's because the location of Romero's head is placed a bit differently, so the rocket does more splash damage in this way. And that means that you can kill him in 2 hits instead of 3. Because in Doom 2, he takes 3 hits to kill, but in Final Doom and apparently also in Interception, it only takes 2 hits to kill him. So you can kill him in 1 lift cycle if you fire your next rocket perfectly, but I missed it. But it's fine, because I know where the trigger is, or where the location is to shoot it. So yeah, that is the final level of Interception, so let's see what text we have here. End of the line. Looks like those demons are finally gone for good. But, as it turns out, your job was only getting started. Barbatos was merely a mask to hide the portal the demons used to make it here. There's no way in hell you're gonna let those demons win. Not in this lifetime. You take the plunge into whatever sick, twisted dimension the demons have conquered before. The fate of the universe lies on your shoulders. Ooh, setting up for the sequel, because there is an Interception 2, which I will play. Maybe not directly after this, because I've got a bunch of other Doom mods planned that are not Interception 2, but I really feel compelled to play Interception 2. And then here we have all the demons. And also in memory of Phobos Deimos 1, who is the author of various maps in the level, in this level pack. For example, level 6, Real Terminal 38, and also level 15, Elm Street, and some others, I guess. But I know only those two I know for sure. I don't know if he made any others, but he passed away during development, so that's why this is here. And also that's why that secret was, the non-official secret was there in map, what was it, 16, Vertical Plant? So yeah, and now we have the zombie man, the shotgun guy, and also a nice soundtrack. From, which level was this? I can't remember which level the soundtrack was on. I can't remember which level this was on, one of the earlier levels I believe. Soul, Kakademon, Hell Knight, Baron of Hell, Arachnotron, everyone's favorite death noise, Pain Elemental, everybody's least favorite demon, Revenants, the demon that every map maker uses, because if you use them well, they can make any room ridiculously difficult. The Incubus, the fat guy, and our beloved Archvile. By far the best demon in the game. And my favorite demon, and that's why I'm saying it's the best demon in the game. The most unique, the craziest, the weirdest, the most frustrating. The Archvile. The Masterminds, didn't see too much Masterminds. I mean, we saw her a couple times. But not really that many memorable moments with the Masterminds. And of course, Cyberdemon. Most memorable Cyberdemon was at the end of level 18, where he suddenly appeared. And then us. Or me. You guys didn't do shit! Alright, well... yeah, that is it for Interception. So let's run through my thoughts of the WADs. I do like the difficulty curve because it starts out very easy. Actually, really easy. As in Doom 1, kind of easy, but it definitely gets harder and harder and harder as time goes on. I mean, like a ton of levels I did without, on my first try, completely blind. But eventually I just had to stop. I had to like practice the map a few times because they were so large or they were so difficult that I actually couldn't just survive on just going in blind and just surviving on luck or whatever. So, you know, I do like the fact that it just gets more and more difficult as time goes on. But yeah, the first levels are very, very easy. So yeah, level 1. Well, standard level 1. Not really too much to say about it. Wow, I did this. I'm doing this casually right now, and I'm doing this way better than I did, well, my actual video of level 1. But yeah, level 1, nothing too special here. Level 2, I do like the maze of this level. Also, it introduces a bunch of demons here. There was a Kakademon in the first one, I believe. But yeah, I do like the maze. Bit level 0 was quite funny. And other than that, nothing too interesting. Level 3, well, it starts with a bit of a hot start, but other than that, it is mostly dark, and it has a secret that I thought that was difficult to find. Other than that, again, nothing too really special here. Bit of difficult secret, like I said. Not really too many gimmicks with the flooded caverns, which is the name of the level. Like, with flooded caverns, I kind of expected the floor to move up and down a little bit with the water and different parts to be revealed or hidden because of that, but that didn't happen, so... Yeah, it's just mostly the aesthetics. Flooded caverns, water floor, and that's about it. Alright, medical center. It's been a while since I've done these levels, so I have to really dig in my memory where what I thought about them, but yeah, medical center. Again, not really too many memories from my end. The beginning is quite fun. There is, I believe, a chain gunner trap in here somewhere. But yeah, the beginning is quite fun, where you can just do that and not have to worry about the chain gunners facing you without any cover. Oh yeah, the both parts of the room to get to the room properly were kind of nice. There was a secret with a Revenant in here. Other than that, yeah, still too easy and not really that many difficult things or interesting things. Alright, oh, yeah, this is the dangerous curves. This is a really... This one really just fucking throws you for a loop, because this was all of a sudden... This took forever. In comparison to the other ones. Ton more enemies, ton more traps. That weird part where you telefrag the archvals. I still don't really understand why that is. I guess the archvals are supposed to teleport in at some point, but I just got it at the right moment. But yeah, this one really throws you for a bit of a loop, because it is a lot more difficult than the levels that came before this. Right, that was 5, right? Yeah. Now, Real Terminal 38, which is level 6 over here. I really did like this one. I thought it was a good level. Soundtrack is also nice, one of the better soundtracks of the first few levels, in my opinion. I mean, most of these early levels start out quite the same. You get some weak enemies that you have to kill to get some better weapons. And then, because of that, you can... hey, you're in the secret. But you need to kill some weak enemies in order to get some weapons. And then just the level just kind of flows from there. But I really did like this level. Again, one of the better soundtracks from the first few levels, in my opinion. This. Oh. Yeah, well, there were 2 super shotguns, I remember. And there's this. But yeah, it's still an early level, but I think it's one of the best of the first few levels. Soundtrack is awesome, and yeah, it's just a good level, I think. Now this one, Floodgates, which is the very first time we meet the mastermind in this WAD. The start is quite a bit tricky because of that Revenant that you have to wake up in order to grab your only weapon here. Yeah, the road towards the mastermind's not that interesting, in my opinion. You have to press like all these skull switches, but that's about it. And then you need to do a couple other rooms, and then you got the huge room with the mastermind, and then a whole bunch of other demons and archvile. I believe that's the first archvile of Inception. Not too sure. It's first memorable archvile, in my opinion, at least, because I don't remember any of the other previous levels having an archvile. But yeah, just the archvile at the back, mastermind in front, and then a ton of enemies. Just, I thought it was a pretty nice level. Oh yeah, then this one. Oh, I missed the shotgun. That's a terrible start. Just kill me. I missed the shotgun. Oh, hey! Right. Great start. Alright, well, I guess chain gun it is. There are multiple shotguns here, it's okay. Right, this is also a good level, I think, because it is once again a lot bigger and a lot longer than the previous ones. Also, there's 205 enemies, but it's still not too difficult, because there's still quite a lot of low-tier demons here. And only the higher-tier demons come in low quantities. I mean, there are archvals in this level, and revenants, a whole bunch of archvals actually, but they're not really too threatening. They only come one at a time. And they're only accompanied by a couple other demons. One archval is completely alone in this level. There are quite a lot of puzzles. I really like that one secret where you have to lower all the boxes. Also the secret with the plasma rifle, I found at the very end. It was quite clever in the end. I mean, too clever for me because I didn't find it in time, but yeah, it was some clever secrets, some clever just things to figure out here. And like I said, it's a larger level, more demons, but it's not too high tier yet, so it's not like you get overwhelmed right away. So I think it's a decent level for being this early on, because this is definitely not a ridiculously hard WAD or anything for ultimate Doom players or whatever. And I definitely do appreciate the fact that they kind of take it slowly, but they are definitely amping up the difficulty slowly by each level. Now, map 9. Map 9 is mostly the reason why I played this WAD, because of this soundtrack, and because I've played the level before. I fucking love this soundtrack. Soundtrack by Stuart Wynn, who made the best sound. Definitely, he didn't make the most soundtracks because most of the soundtracks of this level were made by Xeno Nemesis, but Stuart Wynn definitely made, or Stu Boy, definitely made the best sounding soundtracks in this level, in my opinion. Pretty much every single soundtrack that he made for the levels are absolute bangers, and this is one of them. But yeah, this level is mostly the reason why I played this entire WAD. Because of that. Whoa, hey, don't do that. Because of the soundtrack, and because the level is actually quite funny. Because it's very cramped, very claustrophobic. And also with some couple, well, only 2 secrets, but they're quite funny as well. Especially this one. I think this is the cleverest one, because you have to use Doom physics in order to get it, which I think is quite funny. But yeah, this is definitely a very fun level. I don't really know whether I would say it's my favorite level of the entire WAD, but it's definitely in the top 5, in the top 3. Even mostly because of the soundtrack, I guess, because the soundtrack is just completely awesome. But yeah, the level is good as well. But the soundtrack helps. I'm literally deliberately playing this level to listen more to the soundtrack. Alright, anyway. Level 10. Oh yeah, the archval level. Well, at least that's how I remember it, because it has some nice archval traps. Chemical laboratory. Other than that, yeah, the name doesn't really make a lot of sense to me. I don't really see this as a chemical laboratory. With the name Chemical Laboratory, I expected a lot of the green toxic floor. But that green toxic floor is the only toxic floor you'll see in the entire level. So, you know, I don't really understand the name in that case. But okay. It has a nice archval trap. It has that part in the very dark room with the arachnotrons is quite funny. And yeah, those are the most memorable parts in my opinion. Oh, no, we're already on level 10, level 11. Alright, the Ocean Outpost. Another longer one. Less enemies than some of the previous levels we've had. Nice soundtrack once again. Alright, yeah, there's a broken secret here. Or, well, it wasn't really... Is it a secret? No, there's just a broken sequence here where you can get trapped. If you press the one of the two switches that you need to open the exit, if you press the other switch, there's an inescapable pit there. So, even the map developer commented on that video to say like, hey, that's weird. But yeah, yeah, it's a nice level. Once again, it's once again getting longer. Some more high tier demons here. There's a bunch of revenants cutting. I believe it's the blue key. Some pain elements, some Mencubi. Of course, the room at the fountain outside where you reach the final exit area, where also there are a whole bunch of revenants. Lots of chain gunners here as well. So yeah, we just, you know, maps getting longer, more difficult demons here and there. Right, under Earth. A level which I mostly remember for the red key fights with all the pinkies. And other than that, I don't really remember too much from it. Apparently the fact that the shotgunners can make your life very difficult if you start it. But yeah, mostly remember it for the red key fights. Oh, and being wrecked by imps is now also ingrained in my memory. But yeah, mostly remember the red key fight with all the pinkies. And the very clever secret that is hidden in that room. Other than that, yeah, nothing really too special here. Now this level, on the other hand, Castle Grounds. I do remember very vividly because it took me 500 million thousand tries to kill it to fucking do it, because of the very difficult fight with the two archvils. Alright. Let's see. Yeah, we can't take these guys out without breaking up anything. Also, the chain gunner right there. I want that before we start. Alright, now. Alright. Archvile is infighting with the Revenant nicely. And he killed them all the way over there, which is actually quite nice. Means that he'll be less likely to be resurrected. Whoa, hey. Don't do that. Alright. Also, you didn't do much this time, which is nice. Yeah, we'll take that, and then... Alright. Oh god, I don't know what bumped into me there. Or what I bumped into. For a second I thought that the archvile was already dead, but that was... Oh, hey. Alright, well... It seems once again at least I beat the first archvile rather easily. Alright, anyway, but yeah, mostly this archvile fight. The yellow key fight is also pretty cool. Yeah, that's mostly what I remember from level 13. Level 14 is a very fun level. Ow, that start wasn't very fun though. But yeah, I do really like level 14. It's a really good level. It's very long. It has a lot of attention to detail. 400 enemies, which is also nice. Some good fights. Blue key fight is very funny, with all the revenants, and then the sequence where you think it is over, but then it actually isn't over. Also really fun. Just the you know, the whole corrupted hospital. Cool, nicely done. Yeah. Just only have positive things to say about this level, really. Good aesthetics, good fights. The most memorable, I think, are the blue key fights, I mean. And also the way leading up to that whole conference room with all the revenants peering behind the seats. And just the aesthetics are fantastic. Yeah, this level confused the fuck out of me when I played it for the first time. Elm Street, level 15. But all you need to know is that there's this secret here, and then everything else will unfold by itself. But yeah, I didn't know that. Well, I played for the first time. So yeah, that's it. Just that secret, and then everything else will be fine. A bit of a weird level, however, because you can soft block yourself, which is kind of weird. And also this shotgun right here, which eluded me the very first time I played it. But yeah, you can soft lock yourself. You can you have a nice fight with the cyber demon out there, with your vulnerability. Soundtrack is awesome, made by Xeno Nemesis, actually. This one. The previous one, the soundtrack of level 14, this one is made by... kill me. Eat rocket! There we go. Well, I didn't even get killed by him. But yeah, this soundtrack is made by Stuart Rin as well. Just like the one from map 9. And it's a fucking banger as well. Fantastic. This one is made by Xeno Nemesis, which is also a banger. And yeah, what I said, level's pretty weird, but it's pretty funny nonetheless. And all you need to know is that there's this secret right here, and everything else will just unfold on its own. Then 16, which also was a very fun level. I really, really enjoyed this one. Very large. The only thing I thought was very weird was all the arachnotrons that never do actually do anything. Other than that, I really like this level. It was not really that I hated because of that, it's just I thought it was a bit weird. Other than that, this level is just fantastic. Awesome music once again by Stuart Rin. And the level itself is just great. It's very long, lots of great fights. It has a mastermind, question mark? It has a cyber demon for sure. Yeah, it has a mastermind. The mastermind that doesn't do anything. And of course we have the secret right here with the revenants. Yeah, that question mark in there is funny. It's just a good level. Nothing else to say about it. It's just a ton of fun. And the soundtrack is amazing. Bird Song from Stuart Rin, like I said. So yeah, again, nothing but praise for level 16 Vertigo Plant. Right, then this one, level 17, Hell House. Once again, a very claustrophobic level. It's pretty funny. Also, the start is very... just sets a bit of the tone for the rest of the level. During my playthrough, I barely made it through this entire level, because I constantly was just like on 0 health. No, this... I was about to say, this doesn't look very good. But yeah, I was constantly on like barely any health for this level. Lots of damaging floors. Once I said, well, like I said, a bunch of claustrophobic fights. Some make you bite that don't teleport in, which is a bit of a shame, but hey, those things happen. And yeah, the final fights, the final 2 fights are actually quite fun. The final one where you get to unleash the plasma rifle and just unload it on a humongous horde of demons, mostly Hell Knights. And the outside area with that cube that sort of looks like it infinitely spawns lost souls, but which is just done with a very clever mapping trick. Very fun. And again, a fantastic banger of a soundtrack by Xeno Nemesis. Alright, level 18. The City of Burning Sulfur. The level, which is once again long, with, well, less than 200 demons, but still. Like I said in the video, it reminded me of a combination of the Chasm, map 20 or something, from Doom 2. because of just the ridiculous height differences. And also map 29 from Doom 2. And some other Doom 2 levels. But that's just visually. It doesn't play like any of those levels at all. But yeah, some nice fights. Not too difficult. The red key fight, for example, is very easily doable. Even though a lot of stuff spawns in, it's pretty easy to get that level done. But most importantly, this level I remember for the final fight, where all of a sudden you're in a very enclosed space with a cyber demon. But yeah, a lot of height differences that this map plays with, which is actually quite funny. So yeah, good level, and mostly, like I said, remember it for that final fight. Now this one, Alpha Tower, was a really fun level as well. A lot of unique fights. I really loved the, what is it, the blue key fight? With the tower that just, the floor that just very slowly moves down, and just, you get like all the plasma in the universe, and a plasma rifle, and then just demons start teleporting in all the time. And, you know, you have to just survive until you reach the bottom of the tower. And there you get a BFG and invulnerability, and then all of a sudden some archwells start teleporting in, so you need to quickly get rid of them. And also the other fights of the other side, you just mostly remember that very dark room, but yeah. But yeah, mostly remember the fights with all the slow-moving tower that just descends into nothingness. But you also have the other fights for the other key, where you go in that room with all the Mancubi, and there's some various other monster spawns there. There's that one room where you can't get in, where the demons can't get in, I mean. And it's not really a room, it's just a part of the hallway, but it has the rocket launcher, I think, and then the Revenants can't actually enter it, and it has a secret there. But yeah, there's two ways to get both the keys, and both fights to get the keys are a ton of fun. Really love this level. Then Beta Tower, on the other hand, I did not like as much. This soundtrack is also used for map 28? No, 27. Maybe I'll just find it. But yeah, you hear this MIDI again. Which is alright. It's not a banger of a sound, of a tune in my opinion, but yeah. Yeah, a very weird one, Beta Tower. Loads of plasma, but no plasma rifle or BFG, from what I remember. And just not very memorable, in my opinion. 21 Wrong Dimension I mostly remember for this very weird soundtrack, but yeah, the first Hell level, nothing too crazy. Once again, we go to a bunch of the easier levels here because we are in the third episode. But yeah, the Hell episode is definitely the has the most difficult maps of the WAD. 14 and 16 are a lot of fun, but not necessarily very difficult. I believe I beat 16, a vertical plant, on my first try. Even though, you know, there's tons of shit there, but it wasn't that difficult. I beat it on the first try. While I was completely blind, just going through everything normally, being confused by all the Arachnotrons. But yeah. So yeah, in the third episode we go to, again, some easier maps in the beginning, but the third episode definitely has the most difficult maps of the WAD, the Hell levels. As it should be, you know, Hell, being in Hell with demons should be the most difficult experience, so they did that very well, I think. Yeah, first introduction to the Hell levels with Wrong Dimension. Again, the aesthetics are as you'd expect from a Doom Hell level. Very red. And yeah, nothing too really... Yeah, the clever way to hide the BFG, I think, is what to take away from this. The BG secret is okay. You can lock yourself out of the room with the final room with the Mancubi in it, so that you can't get 100% of the kills if you're not careful. So be careful with that. But yeah, nothing too... not really any fight that speaks out or that I remember vividly or anything. 22, which is Bone Dreads, which I would expect a lot of Revenants, but actually there weren't actually many Revenants. Again, this guy manages to block me every single time when I want to go for the secret on the other side. The Cyber Demon fight here is pretty fun. The secrets are pretty fun to find as well. Because here, this one, it's teasing you, so you need to find out how to get it or how to unlock it. So yeah. And also the fight with the Archvile and the Barons is also pretty fun. And the Cyber Demon, like I said, so... Yeah, pretty solid. Now this level, on the other hand... Yeah, I already skipped the secret. Abysmal Affliction. Definitely a sort of masterpiece, if you ask me. From the map developer. I didn't even survive the start because I got blocked by everything. But yeah, again, great soundtrack from Stuart Rin. And yeah, it's just ridiculously large. It's awesome. It's very difficult. And time consuming, but it is one hell of an experience. The fights are good. The fights are difficult. Actually, well, one of the first ones that I actually had to definitely grind some of the levels because, as you can see, I have tests for the yellow and the red key fights because they were really difficult. So I had to like get very good at them so that I could just nail them consistently. But yeah, red key fight's definitely the most difficult fight in this level, with all the demons spawning in from all the angles of the universe, and you having zero cover. Yellow key fight's also quite difficult, but not as much because you have a BFG. And you can just leave the arena. You're not locked, unlike in the red key fight. And everything in between, a lot of stuff as well. When you, the blue key is also pretty large fight there. Not very difficult, but large fight. And everything in between. The room with all the Cacodemons, the green building with all the Hell Knights, the BFG guarded by the Cyber Demon. It's all just grand and difficult, and this really is a difficult spike once again. Yeah, level 24, Bloody Castle. I mostly remember the two Cyber Demons near the end. The fight there, the Mastermind that came in at the very end to say hello. The room with all the fucking chain gunners that guard the red key. And the room on the left side there, where Archviles and Revenants teleport in at the very end when you try to get the blue key. It's quite shocking. There's a lot of surprises. Not necessarily too difficult, but yeah, some good stuff here as well. Now 25 is also a little bit of the same. Not really that much special shit here, but it's mostly just a good amount of stuff in here. Not too difficult. The way you get the yellow key is quite nicely done. Where you can see the yellow key there, but then the way around it is like a very roundabout way of getting it. And when you get the Barons eventually, you see the Barons already, but you know that eventually the Barons are going to be there, you know? Secrets are not that hard to find. Yeah, Cyber Demon near the what is that, the blue key or the red key? Can't remember, but the Cyber Demon near the blue or red key, whatever it is really is a nice fight at the end to catch you off guard a little bit. The Archviles in the rectangular in Yeah, what the hell is that room? Just that blood room. The archfiles in that blood room are quite nice addition to make to spice things up a little bit, especially after you've already done with that cyber demon. All of a sudden, 2 archfiles teleport in on both sides to kind of give you a run for your money. So yeah, like I said, secrets are not that hard to find. Here, there are already 2 here, and then the third one is right here. So yeah. Quite a nice level. Nothing too ridiculously impressive, but it's just a nice level. Now here's that mini again, level 26. Alright, it's Wrecking Fist. I mostly remember it because I thought I found a secret, but it turned out to be absolutely nothing. Yeah, very difficult cyber demon because it's very annoying to fight him because of the angle that you're at. Very underwhelming last fight on this level, actually. Everything else is alright. That BFG secret is very nicely hidden. Very very well hidden, I should say, because it's actually quite of a hassle to fucking get it. You need to jump into various sections, press buttons and shit, and then eventually you get it. And then you get it, and you get the reward, the BFG, but you also get sort of a trap because an archfile teleports in, I believe. Also, the red key fight with the archfile is pretty nasty. Nice and nasty. Yeah, and other than that, it's like, yeah, underwhelming final fight, and then that cyber demon just is an annoying angle to get him at. And that's about it, really. Now, 27, Blood Siege. A very confusing level, a ridiculously confusing level when you're playing it for the first time. When you play it out a few times and you test it out and, you know, you start to do it properly, you do really understand what the map developer wants from you. And the concept is actually quite funny. You just fall off those stairs for no reason. But yeah, like it's a giant pentagram in the center. Wow, I really can't walk stairs today. It's a giant pentagram in the center, and each point of the pentagram has one of your weapons in it. That's the wrong. There. But yeah, each point of the pentagram has one of your weapons, and you can unlock all of their weapons that way. But yeah, like I said, it's very confusing when you're playing it for the first time. I really had no idea. Just wake everything up. Oh, hey, Archfile. But yeah, and also mostly you just need to get an in-fight party going. So yeah, on that regard, it's not really a difficult level. It's just long. Because, you know, you kind of have to... Oh, I just ran into that. You kind of just need to get everybody out, and then you can make them in fights, and then you can grab your weapons, and then you can come back in, and then kill some more, and then get back and get another weapon, and you know, just... Oh, hey. Kill me. Oh, nice. We got distracted by the Baron. But we're still stuck. Yeah, it's very long and difficult. Not that difficult actually, but it's very long and just a lot of stuff there. And like I said, it's very confusing. Map 27. But yeah, and then here we have map 28. Amongst the Ash. Same thing really as 27. That's not that difficult, but just very long and a bunch of fights where you can really screw it up, and which really sucks because the level is quite long. So if you screw it up, then you need to fucking redo the entire thing. Yeah. Also, I feel like the map is a bit imbalanced because, you know, you get the blue key very quickly, and then the rest of the level is you trying to get the yellow key, and then after you finally have the yellow key, then it's immediately on to the final fight. So, you know, like fucking 95% of this level is, or 75% of this level is trying to get the yellow key, and the other 25% is everything else, getting the blue key, unlocking everything, doing the final fight, getting to the exits. All that stuff. You know, like, it feels a bit imbalanced, but still, like, there's some nice fights. I do really love the red key section with all the arch files. I think it was really funny. You get all the ammo in the beginning, no more ammo or health after that, and then you just unleashed in a released in a room where all the arch files are unleashed. And you know, you just have to make do with everything that you have. You have to kind of like balance between your super shotgun and your rocket launcher, so that you don't waste too much ammo on one of them, so that you have a bit of, you know, that you spare it out evenly amongst the two. The fight in the Red Key area is actually quite nice as well, with the Revenants and the Hell Knights in the claustrophobic area. For the Yellow Key, yeah, it's mostly just long, a bunch of interesting interactions, mostly with the arch files around where you get the BFG. Also, the Yellow Key fights around the Yellow Key is actually quite nice, where you have to quickly get out of the room because it starts filling up with cacodemons, so you need to like BFG your way through all the enemies so that you have enough space so that when the cacodemons start flooding into the room that you were standing in, that you have enough space to deal with them, because otherwise they're just going to overwhelm you. And then, you know, you continue with the Revenants and the Mancubus and all the other stuff there. And the final fights, yeah, the two Cyber Demons. Like I said during the video, it's better to keep them alive so that you can make the final fight actually easier, because then they'll just infight with the Cyber Demons, so you don't really have to do too much. But yeah, you have to press that sequence of switches. And I didn't mention it in the video, but they're on a timer. If you don't press them in the correct order fast enough, then they'll lock, and then you have to start from the beginning again. So, and that with two Cyber Demons shooting at you is just a nightmare waiting to happen. So, or a disaster waiting to happen. It's a nightmare. So, yeah, I just kill them. If you're better at the game, you could just leave them alive, and then that'll be that. They'll make it easier. Now, the penultimate level is a bit of a weird one, because once again, it's long and not that difficult. It's a bit difficult, but not that difficult. It does have a couple difficult fights, which are extremely annoying, because if you mess them up, then you have to do the entire thing all over again. But yeah, this is a very weird one, because it has the mapping style is very different. It feels a lot like some of the old school levels. I mean, it is an old WAD, technically. Well, it just is. 2012 when they made this, so you know, it's been a time. There's been a lot of new discoveries and whatnot of how to make maps, and also more trends and what things are popular nowadays in comparison to back in 2012. But still, this feels old, even for something that came out of 2012. I'm just talking about the mapping style, by the way. I'm not even, you know. But still, very long, pretty difficult, consistently difficult throughout, especially this beginning. It's by far the most difficult. Everything else is kind of just a drag, to be honest. Because you need to press that switch to unlock this door, which is where your rocket launcher is. Nope. See, and then there's that welcoming committee of all the what the hell are they called? Not Cyber Demons, chain gunners. Oh, I got bitch slapped by Revenants. Alright. But yeah, that beginning is just very difficult, and then once you fucking get through that, then it's kind of just a drag, because it's still consistently difficult, but you just have to get through it, and it's long, and you know, the couple fights where you can mess it up. The blue key fight. Is that the blue key fight? No, it's not the blue key fight. It's the fights where you have to unlock the switch to get the yellow key. That one's quite difficult, where you can use the BFG for the first time with the arch file and all the other stuff there. Also, yeah, the soundtrack is kind of nice, but then there's a ridiculously long pause in between, which is very weird. Yeah, the mastermind at the end is well, not at the very end, but the mastermind near the end is quite nice, because, well, she mostly infights, but you know, it's kind of nice that she's there. I kind of understand why she's, excuse me, why she's there, because there's a teleporter there, so if you like accidentally step into the teleporter, then you're immediately teleported in that outside area, and then you have zero cover, so you have to run around very quickly to get to the other teleporter, while you're constantly being shot at by the mastermind. So I understand why she's there, but yeah, she mostly, like, even if you don't know that a teleport is there, you accidentally wander in, she'll most likely be infighting with the Mencubi before you even fall for that trap, you know? So, you know, even if you do fall for it right away, she'll most likely just infight anyway. Because there are pain elementals there, and it'll take you a while to get in there. But yeah, the blue key fight is also a bit difficult because of all the Mencubi that are there and all the imps sniping you from above. And then... Is that the blue key? I don't even know. It's a bit of a blur, this level. A bunch of weird... That one room with all the archviles with all the corpses is, like I said, the scariest room in the entire game, but... Yeah. They didn't do too much with it. And yeah, it's just a bit of an odd level. Long and consistently difficult like the others, but that's about it. And then finally we have this one, which is just your Icon of Sin level. But on steroids, because we have a million fucking spawn cubes spawning the entire time. But because it is placed in the same way as it is placed in the Plutonia Experiment, it only takes 2 shots to take out the icon, so you can do it in 1 lift cycle. And yeah, that's it for my Let's Play Doom 2 Interception. There'll be a couple of other videos on Friday from now on, because I have a couple of other videos that I want to get out, because I've recorded them already. Some Company of Heroes, some other things. And after I'm done with that, we're gonna go back to another Doom WAD. Maybe Interception 2, maybe another one. I've got a bunch of other ones lined up as well. Kind of like I have got a bunch of Doki Doki Literature Club mods lined up. Same with this game. Well, with Doom, got a couple WADs there. So yeah, it was definitely a fun experience. Was it that difficult? But there were definitely more and more difficult levels as time went on. Big levels, large levels, some fun levels. Mostly I just had a ton of fun while playing this WAD. Even the easy levels, some of them were very easy, but some of the other easy levels, like Real Terminal 38 for example, just were very enjoyable, even though they were so easy to beat. And that's also sort of a... What's it called? A sort of a... traits or whatever that you have to, you know... You can make an easy level easily, you know, but making an easy level that's still enjoyable while still being easy is a bit more difficult, and they've pulled it off very well, because there weren't that many levels that I genuinely did not like. You know, even the levels that weren't as even the levels that weren't as good as the other ones, I still enjoyed them quite a lot. And the soundtrack also made up for it, because there are a lot of good soundtracks in this level. This track, for example, is very nice. The track for Real Terminal 38, the track for map 6 was fun. The track for map 9 is awesome. The track for map 14 is awesome. The track for map 15 is awesome. The track for map 16 is awesome. The track for map 17 is awesome. The track for map 18 is awesome. The track for map 23 is awesome. Oh yeah, map 23 is the same as 14, isn't it? Yeah, that's the same one. But anyway, you know, tons of great soundtracks, both from and I am a sucker for good soundtracks. If the level is terrible but it has an amazing soundtrack, I'll probably find the level amazing. So, you know, yeah, soundtrack really does a lot, and especially in Doom, where there are tons of fantastic songs that you can listen to. Or midis officially as they're called. But yeah, hats off to Xeno Nemesis and Stewboy, who provided the soundtracks for this WAD. Fantastic jobs to you guys, because all of the soundtrack, they were just great. A whole bunch of fantastic bangers, and if they weren't a banger, they were just still nice to listen to anyway. Yeah, and like I said, a whole bunch of good levels. Also with the ones with the best soundtracks are, in my opinion. Level 9 was great. Level 6 was great. Level 14 was awesome. Level 16 was awesome. Level 23 was difficult, but it was still nice to... It was a nice experience to fucking power your way through it and beat it. Map 28 was nice. which one would be my favorite? I'm a bit torn between level 9 and level 14 and level 16. They're my favorites. My top 3, I guess. I guess level 16 is my favorite. No, level 14. I think level 14 is my favorite. Just the abandoned, corrupted hospital is... The aesthetics were fantastic. And the fights were very clever. The blue key fight was good with the Revenants and and also the part where you thought it was over, but then it just kept going and going and going, and then it was actually over. Which was funny and nice. All the Revenants on the seats of the college room appearing. The Mancubi in the sort of sewer area. The Archviles in the vent. Oh, Archvile in the vent. The corrupted, the messed up church with the very trippy roof and all the demons sitting in the benches. I didn't even talk about the secret levels. I just remembered. But yeah, they were quite nice. The super secret level 35 and 32 was not that interesting in my opinion. I thought it could have easily just been any other level and it would have been fine. I did really like degravitation with everything upside down. I thought it was quite funny. So yeah, level 31 was definitely my favorite out of the secret levels. Level 32 was alright, but it didn't feel that special to me. But yeah, I think level 14 is my favorite level overall. It has a great soundtrack on it, and the level itself is just, it flows very well. The aesthetics are great, and the fights are clever. Yeah, there are tons of clever fights there. There's the where you have to press the switches and unleash the Revenants. There's the Archviles in the middle with the moving walls, so you constantly have to take cover. Which is, you know, a bit like the one from that other WAD, which name I've forgotten now. The level's called Go Fuck Yourself, but it's map 29, I think, of... is it Sunlust? I think it's Sunlust, actually. But yeah, it's like a smaller version of that, where you constantly have to hide from the Archviles with moving walls. Which is very cleverly done. Like I said, the blue key fight was clever and fun. Just the entire level was just a ton of fun. And has a great soundtrack. So I think that would be my favorite level overall, level 14. Then level 16 would be second. Vertigo Plant. Once again, great soundtrack, the same, but it's just all the arachnotrons that don't do anything just kind of like pull away from the experience because they're just there and they don't do anything. I thought they would just wake up at some point, but they're just there. You can kill them at any time and they won't do anything to you. It's very weird. So that drags it down to the second place, I think. And also the aesthetics of level 14 were better. And then on third place, I think I would put level 9 because it's a very claustrophobic level, very completely different from everything else. Well, Hell House is pretty claustrophobic as well, but Hell House has an outside area, and Iron Jungle doesn't really have an outside area. I mean, there's some areas where the roof is open, where you can look outside, sort of, but it remains very claustrophobic throughout the entire thing, and I think that's quite nicely done because it's a nice experience, and also the soundtrack is fantastic on that one, which is also why I elevate it to top 3 status in my mind. So that's my top 3 and my thoughts on all the levels, apart from what I've said in their respective videos. So that's it for Doom Interception. Like I said, some other videos on Friday from now on. Some company videos and some other things, and then we're back on Doom. Maybe Interception 2, maybe something else, I don't know, and we'll see. Anyway, hope you almost enjoyed it. I know my Doom series is not as popular as any other stuff, because I don't know actually why, but yeah, I don't care. I absolutely love Doom, and I really want to get some more WADs under my belt, whether you guys motherfucking like it or not. Anyway, hope you almost enjoyed the video. Click the like button if you did, subscribe to join the Roman army, and I'll see you in the next one. See you later, Romans. Valente.